The interesting world of race tactics is just mesmerising. Jens Voigt, who is here as our international ambassador, has raced right around the world for so many years, knows everything inside out. Jensy, so many questions for you. Firstly, I want to talk about the time bonuses in this race. Can you explain for us what they are and how do you earn time bonuses?
So let's start at the beginning. Time bonus is 10 seconds, 6 seconds and 4 seconds for the top three at each stage. Plus at each bonus sprint you get 3, 2, 1 second. And we had in the Santos Tour under 3 times that it comes down to the last sprint, to the last bonus second, who will eventually win, like just last year with Daryl Impey. So it's got to be super important for him to get any possible bonus second he can get before Vilunga Hill.
So they actually do become very crucial. Let's talk about the breakaways, because we're seeing this group of 3 riders away at the moment. How far will a peloton let those breakaway riders go? And when do they decide that's enough, we're shutting this down, we're taking back the lead?
3 rider breakaways actually a number where the peloton is comfortable to let them go. They always know they will catch them anytime they need them. So here we can see a few images of what happens when they get caught. The race starts, immediately opens up again. Here the group get caught, immediately attacks set in, and that's why teams don't want to catch them too early, because that creates just unnecessary stress for the chasing teams. So they are actually working it out that you catch them within the last 5 to 10 kilometers. General rule is a chasing peloton gains a minute every 10 kilometers, and then you can just do the math.
So Jensy, we're going to come down to a sprint finish here. I don't think there's any doubt about that today. Everyone wants to get to the line first here. We're about 50 kilometres away from that at the moment. But how do the teams decide how they will set that up in those final few kilometres, and when do they pull the trigger and just go for that sprint finish?
It depends a little bit on how the finish is going to play out. If it's a lot of wind, if it's a tricky corners, they will start a little later, but the proper lead out starts about 5K to go, where then each team gets the sprinter on the wheel and then you try to get a clean run into the finish. And in the ideal scenario, the last rider pulls off at 200 meters to go, the sprinter works for 200 meters, raises his arms and is happy and wins.
It's as easy as that. Tell us about the speeds. What sort of speeds will the sprinter come to the line at? How fast do they go?
Well, today, looking at the conditions, we do have a headwind sprint, so it will be a little slower. That still means they go 60 to 65 kilometers an hour. They can reach up to 70 if it's no wind or tailwind, but they will still do way more than 60. So let's say the last 5 kilometers, they're going to be constantly at full speed at 50 kilometers an hour or plus, so that nobody gets in the way anymore. And in the final sprint, yeah, they're reaching up to 60 to 65 today.
Yeah, amazing. Jens, you've been at the start line, you've spoken to Peter Sagan, all the big name riders, you've been watching what's unfolding out on the road. How do you see this finish going? What can we look forward to?
It is a very long straight line, and that can be very deceiving. You see the finish line for a long time, you think you're almost there. But in a headwind like today, you do not, in capital letters, you do not want to get into the wind too early. So you got to play poker. You got to hold your horses until like a very, very last moment, and then just pass the guy in front of you. So it will be a bit tricky for the riders to judge the distance and the timing right today.
So that's the important thing about road racing, isn't it? It's not just a sprint to the line. It's a game of chess all the way until you can get your wheel just in front of the guy beside you and get across the line.
Indeed it is. Many people ask me, but you sit alone on a bike, so why is it a team sport? You be all by yourself. Like, no. You have no idea of how many things go on, how many different tactics go on in the same bike race. And in the end, only one plan actually works out. So it is always, like you just said, it's like a little chess game during the day.